In order to have a proper digestion and the motility of the intestine, we need a hormonal feedback. In this video, we are going to talk about the hormonal regulation of intestine. First of all, we can talk about the gastrin. Gastrin is the hormone which is produced from the G cells which is seen in the antrum. Gastrin secretion can be increased by stomach distension. When there is a stomach distension during the food, there will be a stimuli for the secretion of gastrin. And during the when the stomach is in alkalized or there is a many amino acids in the or peptide in the food, there will be a secretion of gastrin. The most common way is that vagal stimulation. The vagal stimulation will lead to the gastrin releasing peptide, which is GRP. So, so whenever there is a decrease in a pH which is less than 1.5, the gastrin stop is released. Because we can think like this: if there is a gastrin release, there will be a more H plus secretion. So if there is when the low pH means that there is more acid in the stomach. If there is acid, we don't need to secrete more acid. So that is why gastrin is inhibiting in this case. When we are using more the proton pump inhibitor, the proton pump inhibitor the H plus ion. So our stomach will think that there is need for the more gastrin for the release of H plus ion. So there the gastrin release will be more in this case. So in case of the chronic atopic gastritis, the cells that present for the cell of parietal cell will be destroyed, and so the same thing will happen. Like the gastrin will be releasing more for the release of H plus. Since the parietal cells are destroyed, which release the H plus ion, our body will try to increase the H plus ion by the release of more gastrin. And this is in the case of the Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. In this case, there will be the gastrin releasing hormone cancer. This is also called gastrinoma. This can be seen in the first part of the duodenum. When it is clinically fine, it is metastasis to the pancreas, most probably. In this cancer, there will be a release of gastrin. As a result of that, the stomach will appear hypertrophied, and there will be excessive secretion of H plus. As a result of that, there will be a duodenal ulcer or gastric ulcer. So this is the image of the Zollinger-Ellison tumor. Here, this tumor can be seen in the pancreas as well as the first part of the duodenum. As a result of the tumor, it will release the gastrin. This gastrin will make the H plus secretion more. This result in the duodenal ulcer because the content of each here will have more acid that will destroy the lining of duodenum. So this is another image which is shown here. This gastrinoma or Zollinger-Ellison syndrome is associated with the MEN1, and it have a clinical abnormality which is the abdominal pain, chronic diarrhea, dysbiosis, and the weight loss and GI bleeding. So we will discuss later about the Zollinger-Ellison syndrome. Somatostatin is an inhibiting hormone which will inhibit the secretion of gastric acid, pepsinogen, which will break down the protein, and also the pancreatic and the interstitial fluid secretion is inhibited, and it will prevent the contraction of gallbladder and prevent the release of insulin and glucagon. So as I said, all the hormones get inhibited. During the digestion, when we need the hormone, this there will be a vagal stimulation. So as a result of that, there will be a decrease of somatostatin during the digestion of food. So when there is an increase in acid, means there is no digestion activity, no feeding of food, there will be an inhibition of somatostatin. Octreotide is the analog of somatostatin, which will help in the treatment of acromegaly, carcinoid syndrome, and varicose bleeding. Cholecystokinin is released by eye cells which present in duodenum and jejunum. The main function of it is the contraction of gallbladder. As a result of that, the bile which is stored in the gallbladder will be secreted into the intestine. Another one is the pancreatic juice secretion, and it also decreases the emptying of gastric content because there's pancreatic juice required alkaline pH for activation of pancreatic juice. When there is a high amount of gastric content released into the duodenal area, there will be more acidity in that area. This will prevent the pancreatic juice to get active. So, in order to prevent that, cholecystokinin decrease the gastric emptying. There is also the sphincter of Oddi relaxation. This sphincter will help when it is relaxed. This will help the pancreatic juice and bile juice to enter into the duodenum. This secretion is required when there is a high amount of the fatty acid and amino acid. These cholecystokinin act on the neural muscarinic area for the secretion of pancreatic juice. So another enzyme is secretin. This secretin is produced or secreted from the S cells of the present in the duodenum. This will help in secretion of the bicarbonate and decrease the gastric acid secretion and also the bile acid secretion. Secretin release will be high when there is a high acid or fatty acid present more in the duodenal area. So, in order to neutralize these acids, we need bicarbonate or alkalized medium. So, that is why we are releasing the bicarbonate into the duodenal area. So, we need a alkalized medium for the proper functioning or activation of pancreatic enzyme. We have another enzyme is glucose dependent insulotropic peptide, which is also called GIP, which is produced from the K cells of present in the duodenum. So this GIP will have endocrine and exocrine function. Endocrine and exocrine function. In case of endocrine, which will be help in release of insulin. So in case of patient who have been taking orally the glucose, this patient have high elevated level of insulin. This is due to the glucose dependent insulotropic peptide. The patient who consume the intravenous oral intravenous the glucose, the patient will not having the release of GIP for the increase the level of the insulin. That way we can understand that the patient is orally consume the glucose or the intravenously consume the glucose in many cases. So this GIP hormone will be a rise in case of oral glucose when there is a fatty acid and amino acid morely present in our food. Motilin is the hormone which is produced from the small intestine, which produce a migratory motor complex. When we are in a starvation, there is in our small intestine there will be some particle of food which will be sticky over the intestine lumen. So when we are fasting, in this here we say that it is increase the motilin hormone will be increased in case of fasting. So when during the fasting, this the food material that stuck in the lumen of the intestine, our intestine want that food particle to reach into the intestine, like ileum and jejunum, and for that this motilin is released, so the intestine will undergo more peristalsis to make this small food particle for the digestion. That is why we are releasing motilin. We have an antibiotic drug like erythromycin which will bind to the binding site of motilin, which will stimulate peristalsis. Vasoactive interstitial polypeptide is required for the interstitial water and electrolyte secretion. It will also help in the relaxation of interstitial smooth muscle sphincter. So this process is required for the digestion. So we need a vagal nerve for the release of more VIP and the adrenergic nerve for the decrease the release of VIP. We have a cancer related to the VIP is called VIPoma. Is also called VIPoma. This is a non-alpha non-pancreatic beta cell pancreatic tumor cancer which will uh, which will have a clinical symptom of watery diarrhea, hypokalemia and achloretria. The nitric oxide is required for the relaxation of smooth muscle. This will help in the relaxation of lower esophageal sphincter. If there is a loss of nitric oxide secretion, this leads to the acalexia. Ghrelin is the hormone is produced from the stomach, which increases the appetite. This hormone is increased in the fasting state and decrease after food. So, in some disease like Prader-Willi, this ghrelin hormone can be increased. So, after the gastric bypass, the ghrelin hormone will be decreased. Intrinsic factor is the hormone released from the parietal cell. This secretion is required for the proper absorption of vitamin B12 because this intrinsic factor is act as a vitamin B12 binding protein which will help to which will combine with the vitamin B12 and it will help in absorption of vitamin B12 in terminal ileum. So in some disease like autoimmune destruction of the parietal cell lead to the chronic gastritis and pernicious anemia. Gastric acid is secreted by the parietal cell, which will decrease this gastric acid secretion decrease when we having low pH. That means when we have already H plus in the stomach. The secretion of gastric acid can be increased by histamine, vagal, and acetylcholine release, and also the gastrin that we already seen earlier. So it can be inhibited by somatostatin, GIP protein, and prostaglandin and secretin. The pepsin is not released as such. It will be first released as pepsinogen. This pepsinogen is secreted from the chief cell which is present in the stomach, which will help in the digestion of protein. This pepsinogen will be get activated when we in the presence of H plus, which will convert into the pepsin. So this is also by vagal stimulation. Just is bicarbonate. The bicarbonate will be secreted from the mucosal cell, which will be a stomach, duodenum, salivary gland, or pancreas. And there is a Brenner gland which is present in the duodenum. This Brenner gland is present in submucosal layer. All other bicarbonate releasing area is mucosa, which will neutralize the acid. So these bicarbonate release increased by the pancreatic and biliary secretion with the secretin. So this bicarbonate is trapped in the mucosa that cover the gastric epithelium for the protection. Vagus nerve help in the release of hormone for the digestion by the vagal stimulation. So when there is a vagal stimulation, it will be stimulate the D cell for release of spermatin or the mucosa and the GRP for the secretion of more H plus ion. When there is a vagotomy, all these release is disturbed. Even though the acid production is still preserved because there is the other pathway for the release of the H plus, that is the enterochromaffin cell, which will release the histamine which act on the parietal for the release of more H plus ion. In case of a pancreatic secretion, the secretory fluid is always isotonic. When the flow is very slow, there will be high chlorine in the blood. If the flow is very fast, there will be high bicarbonate in the blood. Consider from here there will be a pancreatic juice excretion. If the pancreatic juice is going very slowly, there will be more amount of chlorine is absorbed back into the blood. So our blood will have more chlorine. If it is going very fast in this reaction, there will be a less number of bicarbonate is get absorbed or get into the duct. So the bicarbonate level will be high in the blood when there is a high flow.